And good morning. It's 7:03 on this Tuesday, June 30th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome on a Tuesday morning. Our program, of course, is presented by Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. And this is the fifth Tuesday in the month, so we don't have a medical professional today. We're going to do our usual Healthy Minute and take our time again today to remind you of two we might say two new acquirals that Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital has. We've talked about these two gentlemen a couple of times before, and we want to talk about Dr. Thomas H. Oliver, MD, FACS. He is now providing urology care to patients at Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. Dr. Oliver specializes in kidney stones, kidney blockage treatment, urinary tract infections, prostate disease, testosterone evaluation, male sexual dysfunction, male infertility, testicular masses, overactive bladder, urinary leakage, and other things. His BS in biochemistry from University of Georgia and his MD from the Medical College of Georgia. Also relocating to Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital, Dr. Joseph Williams, DO, MPH. He joined the Vanderbilt team in 2019. He's duly appointed as an assistant professor in the Department of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation and the Department of Anesthesiology Division of Pain Medicine. Dr. Williams' academic highlights include a Bachelor of Science, Microbiology, University of Texas at Austin, Master of Public Health, University of Texas Health Science Center, and research at the MD Anderson Cancer Center and Baylor College of Medicine. He is board certified in PM&R and pain medicine. So two new additions at Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. Keep in mind they offer the 30 minutes or less ER service pledge, less waiting time where it matters most in the emergency room. Well, this morning, before we meet my guest, who is an artist who has some recordings, and you've already heard about him here on Real Country, I do want to introduce my friend, Uncle Pete Norman, who's going to talk for just a few minutes about what's coming up regarding July 4th and the veterans and all of this. Pete, good morning.
Good morning. I see that you have a mask that will kill anything. Somebody made you a Vanderbilt COVID-19 mask. I think that thing will kill up to about COVID-36.
Do you like it?
I like that. I like that. I'll have to make my dad one of those.
Yeah. Well, Betty Kelly over at Harside did this, brought it out here. I think it was 2 weeks ago today.
And you ain't wore it yet?
Well, yes, I have. I've put it on. But I'm carrying it in this little package
that's
here.
Going to really protect you now.
Well, it's part of in case I have to have it. Okay. What you got for us?
Well, this weekend, starting the first at the Veterans Plaza, we've got a dedication of a mural that the public is invited to come and see. Local artist has done it. But we start our Field of Flags. Harold is in charge of that. It'll be out at the fairgrounds. We'll have a tent set up. We'll have tables and things. You can buy a single flag for $25. You can buy a flag that's already folded for $25. We have mounted flags. We have different things. The flags that people put up are usually dedicated to a loved one or somebody who's died or somebody who is in the military. We cover everything basically, so you can do it for the living and the dead both. And it's a way to get people to realize how important the flag is. I saw something the other day that really impressed me. An entire ladies soccer team on their knee and one young lady standing with her hand over her heart during the national anthem. Boy, you talking about getting some hits. The last time I checked, she was over 1 million. That atta girl.
Yeah.
So, it means things to people. And, come out, enjoy it. We're going to have an opening ceremony, a closing ceremony. We've got some people that are going to do a little bit of entertaining out there and stuff. But come out and see the flags. It starts on the 2nd.
All right.
And runs through the 5th. We're going to take the flags down on the 5th.
I see. Okay.
So it'll be there all during the thing. Mm-hmm. The other thing I want to talk about, during the COVID We've not been able to make our meetings, but starting July the 6th, the VVA and the AVVA, that's the Veterans of Vietnam, will have their meeting at the fairgrounds. The American Legion on July the 13th will have our meeting at the fairgrounds. And the Veterans of Foreign War on the 16th will have their meeting at the fairgrounds. So we're getting back into the swing of things. That being said, the Veterans House, and that's a home for veterans who have no home, has 4 veterans in the house right now. 2 of those we're in the process of trying to help them get their benefits and stuff. It cost, somebody asked me the other day, what does it cost to keep a veteran there? $22.85 a day, $160 a week, or $700 a month. That pays all the costs, all the utilities. It helps pay to take them back and forth to the VA and to the doctors. It helps them with all their food and stuff. So it's a one-stop thing for these veterans. And the ones that we get, we've got some that have been with us now 4 or 5 years. Charlie has been there the longest. But these are guys that they don't have any place to go. And during this COVID, our donations fell off.
Yeah.
To my surprise, I got a really nice donation from a gentleman yesterday in his wife's name, and who said, "Don't tell nobody what I've done," but he gave us a check for $500. That goes a long way. So if you want to, I know everybody's, support a dog, take a dog out of the dog shelter. Support a vet, and he'll adopt a dog. In fact, we have a dog. We have a dog that lives with us.
Okay.
Charlie is legally blind, and he has a dog.
Yeah.
And the dog has sort of become everybody's dog.
Yeah.
I think they cared him, had him shaved the other day, so he looks sort of different to me. Yeah. But these guys, and go by and sit and talk to them. We got a nice big front porch with rocking chairs on it, and it'd tickle them to death. Yeah. That's something you don't think much about, loneliness. And I had a gentleman the other day came into the truck stop, hadn't been in a while because of the COVID, and he said, I didn't know how alone I could be until I had to stay at the house by myself.
Yeah. Right.
And it goes for everybody, and not just my vets. If you know somebody in a nursing home, if you can't go see them, call them.
Yeah.
My dad's 94 years old. I call him every single morning. He drives up from Donaldson and has lunch with me, and then takes dinner home and a piece of pie. And he calls me when he gets to the house, and then every evening he calls me before he goes to bed.
Well, that's great. Pete, thanks for being with us this morning. We're glad to be able to share this information, and hope you have a good turnout.
Thank you very kindly, and I look forward to listening to your entertainer with a great, unusual last name.
All right. Okay, Uncle Pete there with all that he's involved in. Let me introduce Waylon Longstride. Waylon, good morning.
Good morning.
It's nice to have you here, and we have your friend Alicia, who has come maybe to make a picture or some publicity or whatever. I think you have, you were telling me your record, I believe, was done on Buy It or Burn It, Preston Martinis in the afternoon.
Yes.
And you've, we want to find out a lot about you this morning, but where does it all start?
It all starts right here. I grew up in Lebanon.
Okay. All right. Did you go to school here?
I did. I went to Lebanon High School and graduated from there in 2008.
Okay. What have you been musically inclined all your life, really?
Not really. I started singing along with the radio. And then at 16, my dad started teaching me to play guitar to a poem that I wrote in high school. And I learned some finger picking from my mom, and learned how to play Folsom Prison from my 88-year-old grandmother before she passed away.
Yeah. Well, what's the name of the record that you've been pushing?
The single that we just dropped is called Waylon. It's an autobiographical, and it's basically about me and who I am, and a reflection of being named after Waylon Jennings.
Okay. Well, Waylon was quite somebody, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
You like his music?
I do like his music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my favorite song of his is Are You Sure Hank Done It This Way?
Yeah. I remember Amanda, and of course he and Willie Are they the ones saying, "Don't let your mamas grow up to be cowboys"?
That's right.
And others.
Yes, sir.
Lukenbach, Texas.
Yes.
So you like that?
I do like that. Yeah.
We're going to take a break here in a couple of minutes, and I think MJ has your record in there. I hope, and MJ will give you a heads up here. We she's shaking her head. I don't know. We got to call Preston. Well, if we come up with, we're going to play it this morning. But you're here to. We want to talk about what your goals are, where what you'd like to do. Have a hit record, I'm sure. But
that's right.
Make some money. Be a celebrity musician, maybe.
That'd be good.
What else are you doing? You have a day job?
Yeah, my brother and I started a nutraceutical company back in 2013. We make a full spectrum hemp extract. Mm-hmm. We have an extractor in Hartsville, Tennessee, and we make a line of products for healing and ailments, dry skin, pain, insomnia, different things, a lot of different things.
And what year did you say you graduated from Lebanon?
2008.
Okay, well, I'm going to guess you're about 27 or 28.
30.
30, okay.
Yes, sir.
Music, what really drives you?
Yeah, what really drives me in music, it's just something inside of me that has to get out. The songs come to my head. I think they come from a place that's beyond me, and I'm just here to express them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a drive that's deep.
Okay, we're going to take a break right here. It's around 7:15, and we'll let MJ take over here for a second, and we'll be back to talk more with Waylon Longstride in a moment. This is Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:16. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to our friends at Absolute Kubota and Rental Land Pride. Quality tractor implements, including cutters, finish mowers, box blades, tillers, and more. 5-year gearbox warranty, durable and well-built. 1325 West Main. Now at traffic, let's check in with Chuck.
Good morning. Watching traffic really slow down here on 65 southbound, just south of the South Loop, like you're headed down towards Wedgwood on some type of spill here. It came off a vehicle. Again, TDOT's out here with it right now. It's got traffic slow go as we look at it live on 65 southbound here at the South Loop. Baxter Road there, Whites Creek Pike and Jolton are working that wreck, trying to clear that crash out of the intersection of Bell Road at Cane Ridge Road. Barnes Music City Soul Food is open behind the Bank of America on Nolensville Pike at OHB. Order online, barsmusiccitysoulfood.com. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing has experienced new leadership and a new atmosphere. Same location in the heart of Lebanon, 731 Castle Heights Court on the Castle Heights campus. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing is providing 5-star clinical outcomes to short-term and long-term care residents. Call 615-444-4319 for a tour and to experience the new culture. Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing. Coleman and Company here on this Tuesday morning. We thank you for joining us, and we're glad to have Waylon Longstride here. When did you record this song we're about to play?
I actually started recording this song about 3 years ago, and that was 2017, and I've had it in different studios, mixing it and mastering and doing overdubs and different things. But I finished it up at about February of this year, 2020.
Have you had some good comments about it? People like it?
I have. People say that it's outside the box and it's a breath of fresh air in comparison to what's being played on mainstream these days.
Well, we have the record here, and MJ's going to turn it loose for us. We're going to listen to this, and the name of it is?
Waylon.
Waylon. All right, here is Waylon Longstride with Waylon.
Mama named me Waylon, and that's alright by me. You couldn't pay me $1 million to leave my boys in Tennessee. They say he was a rambling man. They say I am, so I guess I am. They're casting stones 'cause I don't walk no line. It ain't about the jacked up trucks or the ice cold bud, racing hell all night. No, it's more like love for me. It goes deeper than that. Yeah, my roots grow deeper than that. I'm soaring like an eagle. He's 6 feet in the ground. Ain't it funny how the legend lives? The outlaw singing now at the tree. These old boots, the guitar strings of gold like a rolling stone. It ain't coming back in the backseat of a Cadillac, and I'm gone. About the jacked up trucks through the ice cold bud, raising hell all night. No, it's more like love for me. It goes deeper than that. Yeah, my roots grow deeper than that. It's a bonfire burn, a whippoorwill crying to the moon on the riverside. He's so lonesome he could die. It's all about that feeling that comes around once in a while like a long, long friend. It's the way she moves to the music. No, you can't play it back again. Trucks with the ice cold bud, raising hell all night. No, it's more like love for me. It goes deeper than that. Yeah, my roots roll deeper than that. It's a bonfire burn, a whippoorwill crying to the moon on the riverside. He's so lonesome he could die. All that's left of us.
Coleman and Company, that you just heard Waylon Longstride is the artist. He's here with us this morning, and you've been working on that for quite some time. You got it like you wanted.
Yes, I do. I got it exactly how I like it. Yeah.
Where did you record this?
I recorded on Music Row at Benchmark Sound with a guy named David Axelrod in 2017, and then I've had it in Detroit and Nashville and other studios working on it.
But I was asking you during the break here, well, actually, it wasn't a break, while the song was going. You write a lot of songs. You've been writing songs for, 10, 15 years?
Yeah, about 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All different kinds, really?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I've got anything from jacked up trucks to concepts of reincarnation.
Well, this particular one, by the way, Preston had played it on Buy It or Burn It, and it received a favorable response, right?
It did, yeah.
Is this available? Can people buy it?
Yeah, you can find my music on all digital streaming platforms: YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Facebook, Instagram.
How does that work anymore? I'm back when I was your age, you went to Sims and bought a 45 RPM record, maybe.
I wish it was still like that. You just got all these digital platforms, social media platforms, and you've got distribution companies that distribute them to different outlets like iTunes and Spotify and Apple Music. And you just go on your cellular phone and just download them.
Yeah. What's your next step? Are you kind of waiting to see how this does? Are you? And I'm sure if you're waiting, you're working while you're waiting. But what's
I've got
going
some
on?
promotion in the works on this song to further it along, to see if we can get some more action going on. And I've got another song that I'm working on, actually several that I've been in the studio working on, and just going to keep dropping songs from there and put together an album and drop it, and on to the next, start touring. And
Well, now, when you recorded this, was this with studio musicians and just you, pretty much, or how'd that work?
This particular song, I hired Nashville session players, like union players, and I can't remember the steel player's name, the steel guitar, but he actually played in Waylon Jennings' band for a number of years.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Do you ever have do a public appearance? So you got a band or people that play with you or anything?
Right now, I haven't been playing out. Of course, COVID-19's going on.
And sometimes I forget that. Yes.
And public appearances haven't been, too
exactly
often.
Yeah,
but,
right.
Yeah, I mean, I plan on getting a band back together and touring.
But in the meantime, you have been doing a lot of writing.
That's correct. A lot of studio work.
And that again, there's a guy usually in the Sunday Tennessean. He will visit somebody and talk about how they wrote a particular song. I can't think of his name right now, but he's been around. But it's interesting how the concept, the thought comes to you, and you put it down. And sometimes you have 2 or 3 people who are working together on a song. Now, do you ever work with anybody else, or you do most of your writing yourself?
When I was a teenager, I co-wrote a lot with people. A couple friends of mine, a guy that I worked with. But in my recent years, just about 99.9% of everything I've written is just inspired, just through me alone.
Well, now, do you say, okay, today I'm going to write a song, and you sit down at 10 o'clock with a piece of paper, and I didn't think it worked that way. The idea has to come to you, and then it goes through your mind. You write down a line or two or something and think some more, probably.
It used to work like that for me. And then something changed when I was about 24 years old, and I went camping for about 3 days, and I came back home, and as soon as I set my feet in the door, I just heard it in my head. Then I grabbed my guitar and I hit record on this analog recorder that I had, and it came out, and it was a song called The Message. You can find it on YouTube. But yeah, ever since then, about 24 years old, it's like a channel that I hear. I just hear it in my head, and I put it down.
I heard a story, Bill Anderson, one time. He wrote a song, Walk Out Backwards, but the way that he got the idea for the song, his wife was taking the garbage out and backing up through the door as she took it out, walk out back. So I guess anything can create an idea.
That's right.
Do you, anybody ever suggest something, hey, you ought to write a song about this?
Yeah, I've had people make suggestions before.
Have you been able to come through?
They rarely stick, but sometimes writing or being around friends that are musicians, they'll come up with an idea, and we've written one out of that.
Do you like writing or performing better, or is it just, that's 2 totally different
Well,
things?
the first initial coming together of a song, like when it first comes through, it's very exciting, and it's kind of magical. But performing's another game. It's a high that I can't explain. I get charged up by the audience and their interaction with you. And the first show that I did, it was a 3-hour set with a full band, and I couldn't sleep for 2 days.
Well, I hear that some musicians' lives are kind of like that, and sometimes they take things for that to go to sleep and maybe to keep them awake, and that's not necessarily good.
That's where you need some of that CBD that we make, essential nutraceuticals. Yeah.
We got a couple of minutes left. By the way, you said you market that. How do you get it?
You can go to essentialnutraceuticals.com, and we have a Facebook and Instagram page. And people that know me local, you can just hit me up on social media and get it. It's Essential Nutraceuticals for some full-spectrum hemp products and CBD, salves for pain, insomnia, anxiety, you name it.
Cures whatever ails you. Well, it's been nice to have you here. We got a minute and a half left here, but I guess it all kind of depends on how the cards fall for you as to if people like what you're doing, if the COVID-19 eventually goes away so you can get out and play some dates and this sort of thing. I'd think things would look a little better for you.
Yeah, I sure hope it does. This COVID stuff's, it's really affecting everybody, and I think the most important thing is that people just keep their eyes open and don't follow, a herd of sheep, be a wolf out there.
Waylon couldn't have said it any better. Want to thank you for coming out, and again, your song is available. YouTube.
That's right. It's on all digital streaming platforms: YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, iTunes, Apple Music. You name it, it's out there.
All right, Waylon Longstride, and his song is called Waylon. He's going to have more. Just give him a little time. And our best to you. Appreciate you coming out and being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, well, that is going to do it for part one. We got another political interview on the second half, so keep it here. Stay with us, FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:28. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford and the low price tire guarantee on all tires every day. Up to 30 days after the sale, there'll be any competitor's pricing on the tires they sell. 1673 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Well, good morning. Cleanup continues on this debris. It hit the ground here on 65 southbound, right at the South Loop, right before you get down to Wedgwood. Again, that's on 65 southbound here at the South Loop. Baxter Road and White Street Pike, that wreck in Jolton, being cleared out of your way. Starting to finally pick up here through Mount Juliet here on I-40 going westbound, leaving Wilson County headed into Hermitage. It's time to have some summertime fun at Adventures Unlimited on the Ocoee River. Book online at adventuresunlimited.net. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
71 degrees all the way.
73 degrees, please.
So, what's your perfect degree of comfort? We'll help you find it with professional Rheem HVAC service that'll keep your home comfy year-round, save on energy costs, and may qualify for utility rebates and tax credits. So enjoy a new degree of comfort.
72 degrees, and I'm good to go.
Financing available through TVA's Energy Right program and your local power company. Call Randy's Heat and Air 237-3604.
Vanderbilt Health is honored to announce the newest addition to our family of hospitals, Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital in Lebanon. This hospital will provide care for Wilson County residents with the goal of improving the health and well-being of our newest community. Hospitals are for healing, new life, and recovery. They're places of innovation and learning. At the end of the day, hospitals are all about one thing: community. Thank you for welcoming us into yours. Let's do great things together.
Today you can expect scattered showers and storms. A few of these storms could be on the strong side, so stay weather aware. Highs this afternoon top out in the upper 80s. For Wednesday, more widespread showers do move in, so make sure to pack the rain gear. Temperatures on Wednesday will once again top out in the upper 80s. This weather forecast is brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty. Professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. That's a look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist TJ Scott.
Coleman and Company, welcome to part two. A Tuesday morning, John Dozier is here as always, Executive Director of Northside Senior Living. Good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. Glad to see you, of course.
Great to be here on Tuesdays to talk about one of my favorite places, Northside Senior Living.
Yeah, retirement and assisted living community at 215 Castlights Avenue North. It's, I guess, in a way, a second home to you.
It really is. It may be a first home. Huh? It seems like I'm there more than I am at my house, but many people, may not know we have an assisted living. It's been there since 1994. It served a lot of people over the years, Coleman, and continues to have a great reputation. We continue to keep pretty full. Over the last few months, we've had a couple of empty rooms open up. So if you're interested in a medium studio room or a large studio room, you can go to our website and see exactly what that entails. Our prices are really great. We encompass all the price in one format, so we don't try to nitpick and all.
Yeah.
So you can go to our website and check out the rooms. You can see pictures. We do virtual tours now, so if you're interested in virtual tours, you can call us at 615-443-0950. 1994. But again, the assisted living has just been a stellar community over the years, and it continues to be that way. I appreciate our staff and all they're doing over the last few months. As you know, Wilson County sort of spiked, so we've stayed shut down. So we're continuing to offer virtual tours, window visits, and all those good things that we've been doing over the past few months. I think hopefully over the next few weeks we'll be able to loosen up a little bit. But I know it's tough for residents. I know it's tough for families as we continue to have to delay reopening.
Yeah, and we kind of hope this spike will go back down and go away, and we can get back to where we were headed. But
I hope so.
I met a dear friend
Who's
the other day who told, well, I don't know whether we're supposed to say when somebody's going to go to your place or not, but
That's okay.
her name is Ada.
Ada Midget. Yeah, Ada Midget. She moved in her furniture yesterday, and she's going to move in Wednesday, tomorrow. So we're excited about having her.
Well, I'll bet. And she said, I listen to you every morning. When I get over there, I'm going to continue to listen.
Good. Well, she can be our Hearthside Hello one day. She's a fabulous lady. She's worked at the Wilson County Fair for many years. She's worked at, I see her every year at the country store, and she's been just a great asset
Well,
to our
I'll tell
community.
you what you probably don't know is how diligent she was working the American Red Cross Blood Mobile for years. Yes.
Well, she
She's on my
seems like a
program
wonderful
here a number
person,
of
and
times, yeah.
I look forward to getting to know her even more.
Well, when it's time for a helping hand, that's what Hearthside's all about. And
We do, and many people don't even realize we have the 30 homes that are available in our independent living community. Those are for 65 and up. 30 homes, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom homes. All right now are occupied. We have contracts on all of our homes, but we have a nice waiting list. So if you're interested in that, in a few days, maybe today, we'll have a virtual fly-through of one of the homes that we did. So we'll update that on our website and also on our Facebook page. I see this mask here you've gotten, and I know it's gotten a lot of talk lately. And I know me and Larry could never wear that mask.
Well, that was so nice of your lady Betty Kelly to make that, and I've just carried it in this little what do you call one of these?
Packet there.
There's a name for this plastic.
Have you worn it yet?
Yeah, well, yes, I put it on. I hadn't had it on outside this room, if you want to know the truth. But I carried it in my briefcase, and if I need it, I've got it, okay?
Well,
thanks to Betty Kelly.
Well, that's nice of her to do that.
I thought so.
It was very nice.
Very.
I don't know if I could ever... I grew up going to Vanderbilt games. My dad took me... I grew up in Nashville going to Vanderbilt games, and then I...
What, when they played UT?
then I saw the light, and I started going to the UT games. So anyway.
Well, I'll have to say I have a brother who was with me for a long time, but he finally on football he went the other way.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I appreciate everybody, and we'll let everybody know when we're going to officially reopen back up. And in the meantime, if you need us, call us at 615-443-1994, or check us out on our website at hearthsideliving.com. Or they can check us out on Facebook.
Well, you can get just about any question, see at least what you need to see with your virtual tour and with a phone call. So Between the two and the website, You're okay.
Well, thank you very much. And
Hearthside Hello.
Hearthside Hello. David Brooks. I saw David Brooks a couple of days ago, and David, of course, listens to your show. So he's been a good friend over the years and does a great job.
David Brooks at the funeral.
Yeah.
Ligon and Bobo.
Yeah, Ligon and Bobo.
David Brooks is
David
fine person,
He is
in
a
my
fine
opinion.
person.
He has done a lot for a lot of people.
He has.
So
I want to say hello to him.
A worthwhile Hearthside Hello.
His birthday's this week, too, I noticed. Okay. So happy birthday to David.
Well, thanks for being with us. I hope we do it again next Tuesday.
We will. Thank you very much.
When it's July. In the good old summertime.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Sean Dozier, Executive Director of Hearthside Senior Living, Retirement and Assisted Living Community, 215 Castle Heights Avenue North. Right now, we are 22 minutes before the 8 o'clock hour, 22 and a half to be exact. And Larry Tomlinson joins us. He is a candidate for re-election to the school board, Wilson County Board of Education. It's Zone 5. And... well, Larry, good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
And I know you're wearing that orange shirt from me.
I am. I know that you like orange, and so I thought that I would try to do a little something to get you in a good mood this morning. And that's a Ziploc bag there that Sean.
That's what I couldn't think of. Okay,
that Sean was talking about. Yeah. And for those that doesn't know, Coleman has a mask in there, and it's a Vanderbilt mask, and I don't blame him for keeping it in a Ziploc bag. So I can understand that too. So,
Well, it's safe there. Nobody will take it from
thank you for having me here this morning, Coleman.
Well, we're glad to have you. We had your challenger yesterday, and there's a lot of things I guess we want to get to, but I sort of have a political format, and we always start out letting somebody have a minute or two to tell about themselves. So tell the folks about Larry Tomlinson this morning.
Well, I'm happy to do that, Coleman, and I'm going to run through it pretty fast because I know we got a lot of other things that's probably more important than people knowing so much about me or what little about me that I want to talk about. But I'm a lifelong resident of Wilson County. As you know, you and I both grew up in the Centerville community in the northeast section of Wilson County. Still live out there, married to former Pam Graves.
Hey, I remember the day you were born. How's that? Your
You
sister
do.
came
You
up
do.
and
Yeah,
told me she
yeah.
had a new little brother at home.
Yeah, and Pam told me to be sure and remind you that you and Helen were at our wedding, and that you followed us up the interstate as we left to go on our honeymoon trip, and that we were planning on going to Gatlinburg, but I thought if you was going to follow us all the way up there, I knew you probably didn't have enough gas to make it, so we just pulled off in Cookville. But get back to, I've got two children, Leslie and Jennifer. Leslie teaches at Southside, and Jennifer's a nurse. I have two grandchildren, and all of them are products of the Wilson County school system, and I have five great-grandchildren, and some are not old enough to be in school, but when they will, I hope that they'll be at Wilson County school students. And that's one thing that I've had a long time that I've been associated with Wilson County schools, and I'm proud to say that my family, my children are part of, have been a part of Wilson County schools, and the ones that we still have that's got an eighth grader that'll be at Tucker's Crossroads, and then have a great grandson who's at Southside. And as you know, my sister Barbara was the football queen at Lebanon High School in 1956, and have a long history with Wilson County schools, and very proud of that. I was educated here, attended Cumberland University, retired from a Ford glass plant in the Ward Ag Center. So I've had two careers.
Why do you want to continue to be on the school board?
Well, I want to continue to be on the school board, Coleman, because I think that our schools are in a good place. We've showed tremendous success and gains in every aspect of our school system over the last 8 years that I've been on the board, and especially during the time that since Dr. Wright has been here. I'm very proud of that. I'm proud of the board members that I've served with. They're all dedicated to what they believe in, and everybody's heart's in the right place. And we're going to continue to keep the high road and move this district even better than what it is right now. And I don't know, that may be a hard thing to do. And we'll get into this a little bit later on in the conversation, I hope. But my goal is, and the only reason I'm running is to be a public servant and to make sure that our kids, our boys and girls, receive the best education that they possibly can, and that's for every child, Coleman, every child, not just a few, not the best and the brightest. We want to make sure they get what they deserve to, but we got so many kids out there that struggle, and school is a safe place for them, and I think that's why it's so important that we try to get back in school as quick as we can.
On August 6th and on early voting leading up to that, people have got to make a choice between you and your opponent who was here yesterday. And what do you feel are the issues? What should people consider when they decide which one of you to make the mark for?
Well, I think that they should consider the experience. I think you should consider what each candidate can bring to the table. And I think that the times that we're living in today, and with the situations that we're faced with the pandemic and the rebuilding of the two schools that were destroyed by a tornado, need somebody on there that has some experience and stability, that's been there, been down that road, knows what it takes to make things happen. And there's one thing is for sure: experience matters, and it certainly matters during this time right here. And
what's been the response from you as I know you put out a number of people have your side, say Larry Tomlinson and so on. You feel good about the election coming up?
Yeah, I feel good about it, Coleman. I mean, I've done this for a while now, and politics is one of those things that where that some days you feel like that you're untouchable, and other days that you feel like, well, I don't know how this thing's really going. So it's just, it's an ebb and flow type thing, and you just got to get out there and do what you feel's right. And this time that we're living in now has changed a lot of the way things are done. I don't want to infringe on anybody's private space. We used to, we'd go around and knock on doors, right, and people come to the door, and you'd have a chance to look at them eye to eye and hand to hand, and that's always been my philosophy.
Hand them your card.
Yes, hand them a card or whatever you got, and and just carry on a good dialogue with them and answer any questions that they might have that pertains to what you're running for. But in order to honor that time that people have now, you had to back off from that. Yeah. And I still try to see as many people as I can. And I guess, Coleman, the thing that has amazed me the most about this particular race here is a lot, people that I really don't know that well. I know who they are, or they know me, and they come up to you and they say to you, Larry, I really appreciate what you all are doing with our schools and the education that our children are receiving. And I want you to know that. And we're going to support you. And, and it's kind of humbling at times. And, you tell them that, it's not really all about me. It's about the people that you surround yourselves with, and move on from that.
We need to take a break right here. Larry Tomlinson is here. He is candidate for re-election to School Board Zone 5. And we'll take a break, and more coming up on Coleman & Company, FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:46. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford and the Works Vehicle Checkup. They'll make sure your vehicle is ready for any road. 5 quarts of oil, tax and disposal, tire rotation.
A lot of flashing lights here on 65 southbound, right at the South Loop, between the South Loop and Wedgwood, where they had to clean up some type of debris. Again, people are really slowing down the rubberneck here on 65 southbound at the South Loop. Wrapping up that crash Baxter Road at Whites Creek Pike. Heavy, but it's moving out of Dixon County on 40 East up through Kingston Springs. It's time to have some summertime fun at Adventures Unlimited on the Ocoee River. Book online at adventuresunlimited.net. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
Welcome to Hearthside Senior Living, Lebanon's unique senior living community designed for seniors to age in place, all within a safe, comfortable, and Christian environment. Beautiful retirement homes designed for an independent lifestyle with maintenance-free living. Hearthside Senior Living also continues the excellent tradition of assisted living for those seniors who need additional services. Hearthside Senior Living, an independent retirement community and assisted living community, all on one campus in the heart of Lebanon. Call 615-443-1994 for a tour.
And we continue here on this Tuesday morning. Larry Thompson is here. And I don't know, this is one of those awkward moments, Larry, but Dr. Jim Duncan is on the phone from Florida, former director of schools here. I've got the microphone on, Dr. Duncan, if you want to say a word or two quickly.
Very quickly. Larry, I hope things go well. Sandra and I are doing well. We're living in High Springs, Florida, so if you ever come by down I-75 on your way to the swamp again one day, then we'll see you. I wish you the best in the campaign, and Pam and your family, I hope they're well.
Thank you, Jim, and I appreciate that. You've meant a lot to me over the years, and for those that don't know Coleman, Dr. Jim Duncan is the first we elected director of schools that we had by the Board of Education.
Yeah.
And he set the bar high.
And Dr. Duncan, MJ gave you the gator chop.
All right. I guess maybe we can still do that. They took away our gator bait tent, but so I don't know if that'll translate to wins or losses. Call them the time, and it'll tell.
Well, thanks for being with us this morning. We appreciate your call.
Thank you, Coleman.
Okay.
Good luck, Larry. Talk to you later.
See you.
Okay. Well, that was a surprise. And one of them things you do or don't you. But anyway, hopefully everything's even here. Go ahead.
Well, Coleman, I guess, that just shows you, you're worldwide, man. Everybody out there, everybody's listening to you on that World Wide Web. So, but I neglected to say when I talked about myself there a while ago, and I want to move on, but I think it's important that people realize that Pam has been at First Baptist Church since she was a baby, enrolled in a cradle club. And when Pam and I married in 1966, I joined First Baptist Church. And I've been there, 54 years now, I guess, or something like that. But, and that's been good, and I've been an active member of our church there. And one of the things, Coleman, that I'm really proud of is I was one of the first people that helped organize the Fellowship of Christian Athletes in Wilson County. And at that time, we were under the direction of the Nashville office. And here a few years ago, and you had Tim Bryan, he's our director now here in Wilson County. A few years ago, we took it upon ourselves to start our own chapter here in Wilson County, and I've been privileged to serve on the board of directors for the FCA, and I appreciate Tim and everything he does. The FCA is very active in Wilson County schools and all sports, and I'm proud to have been a part of that. So.
Okay, let's get to some of the issues, some that your opponent mentioned yesterday. One had to do with spending of money and how that he feels that, as best I recall, stating that there's money that some kind of unaccounted for, or you don't really know where it is. The transparency issue, I guess, is overall would be what we're talking about here.
Coleman, I don't know what would possess him to say something like that, not knowing where the money's accounted for and that kind of thing. We're a big business. I mean, school business is big business. I think our budget's, $160 million, something like that. And we're audited by 3 different agencies. We have an independent audit that's done every year. We're audited by the State Comptroller's Office. And we're also audited by the federal government because of the federal grants and the federal money that we receive. And I don't ever recall, since our current finance director has been here, and that's 20-something years, I guess it is. I hadn't been on the board that long, but there's never been an audit finding. And that speaks highly within itself. I don't think that we have to apologize to anybody for anything that we do as far as the way that we run the business, the financial end of the schools. Do we spend a lot of money? Yes, we do. We spend a lot of money. We're the largest employer in Wilson County, with the exception of Amazon. Whenever they bring in all their people during the holidays to work, they may have. But on a regular day-to-day basis, we're the largest employer in Wilson County. And here's the thing about that, Coleman, is that the majority of those folks that are working for us live in Wilson County. The money that they're making here in Wilson County pretty much stays in Wilson County. Their families are here. So a lot of the money that our employees earn goes back into our economy. But I can't speak for my opponent and what he says and what he wants to do. I believe he's a good man, but I think he's getting some bad information from people that doesn't like me for whatever reason. And I'm sure as long as I've been around, there's people that don't like me. I'll admit that, But that shouldn't have anything to do with the way that we do our jobs. But I think he said some things yesterday, and I listened to the show, and he said some things yesterday that wasn't factual, and I think
Want to be specific?
Willie talked about the curriculum and how he got that changed. He didn't get that changed, Coleman. We're still teaching the same curriculum that we taught when we had this discussion with him, and before. He talked about how that the transgender bathroom bill and stuff, and how that we was going to put transgender bathrooms in the schools, and how that they got that stopped. There never was a plan to put anything like that in any of the bathrooms anyway, Coleman, in any of our buildings. And it's just things like that that's not factual. It's just not true.
Well, since we're talking about money, he did make a statement that there are people at central office who are making considerably more money, maybe secretaries or people who have a secretarial type position who are making more money than school teachers make.
That's not true either. And if you want to talk about the central office staff and what they make up there are some highly educated people that are working in the central office that are making good money. But they have the degrees and things to back that up. But we don't have any secretaries in there that are making more than what our teachers are making. And if you figure it, Coleman, our teachers are on a 200-day contract. Our central office staff works 260 days. So if you take that more time that they're putting in than the teachers there are, then that may be why that some of them, the salaries are close to being together. But no, that's not true.
One of the things, I don't think I asked him this, but Dr. Wright's contract, as I understand it's up about this time next year. And unless something drastically changed, you'd be looking for a new director of schools. Do you have an idea of promoting from within, without? What's your thinking at this time about who might replace Dr. Wright?
Well, Coleman, that's a good question, and I think that we have some people that are currently employed by the Wilson County school system that are capable. Now, whether or not they'd be interested in taking on that kind of responsibility, I don't know. I think it's important that whoever is there that makes this decision will look at that. Hopefully you could always hire from within. We haven't been able to do that. Or, like I said, we hired Dr. Duncan the first year that we went to having an appointed or elected director of schools, our appointed director. And then they moved on to some other people after I left. I got off the board, and I wasn't there whenever Mr. Davis was there. I was there for a very short time when the gentleman that followed him. And but I was there when we hired Dr. Wright. And
something else mentioned yesterday was that I don't know the word abdicated would apply, but you maybe had relinquished or given up some of the board's responsibilities, letting Dr. Wright pretty much run everything, call all the shots.
Well, Coleman,
that's the way I took it.
Well, and that's been said. He, they've hit on that a lot, and Coleman, you hire. We're not any different than any big organization or company. The board of directors of the school board is charged with hiring a director of schools. Tennessee Code Annotated Law 492301, I believe, is the law that refers to this. But the director of schools' job is to run the day-to-day operations of the school system. Now, when you hire a director of schools, you're hiring somebody that you feel like that's capable of doing the job. And if you're not going to hire somebody that's capable of doing a job, or you're going to try to micromanage everything that they do, you shouldn't have hired them in the first place. So when we hired Dr. Wright, she had a proven record from where she had been before of being a good, strong academic person. And with a lot of knowledge, classroom experience, administrative experience, assistant director experience. And this election shouldn't be about Dr. Donna Wright. It should be about who is the best person to be the school board representative from Zone 5. Now, I'll say this much. Dr. Wright has done a wonderful job. I don't know of anybody that we could have had that would have taken us to where we're at, like Dr. Donna Wright has, or who could have led us through these challenging times that we've had within the last 6 months.
Okay, we're almost into our final minute here. Take a minute here and summarize your candidacy, if you will. Tell the folks who are listening why you think you should be reelected to the Board of Education.
Well, I'm just sorry that we didn't have time to talk a whole lot more about what's going on within our schools, and a lot of good things are going on in our school system. I don't apologize for anything that this board has done. It's not about me. It's not about me being chairman. The things that we have been able to accomplish over the last few years, it's about the men and the women that are in our schools, in our classroom, our teachers, all of our support staff. It's about the boys and girls that come to school every day, the parents and the grandparents that get them there every day. I guess to summarize and what you said, you want me to say, why do I think people should vote for me? I think during this time that we're in right now, Coleman, it's a very challenging time, and you need somebody. Experience matters, and it matters more now than it ever has before as we try to get through hiring a new director of schools, as we try to get the schools open, and who knows how that's going to work. There's just a lot of things out there that I feel like that I'm the best person for the job, and I know that my opponent says that vote for a change is going to make a difference. I think voting for a change that make a difference would be a change that's not in the best interest of Wilson County Schools.
Thanks for being with us. We are out of time. Larry Tomlinson, candidate for re-election to the school board, Zone 5. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for having us. Appreciate what you do.
And we hope you'll join us tomorrow. And until then, I wish you a terrific day.